Okay, guys, I'm back again. On this issue, I had to speculate a little bit about it, because whether or not to present a discussion, presentation to you guys, on my feelings, my emotions, my support. It's just something urging me to get this out. Because I heard about it maybe a while back, maybe a year ago. I can't remember. It didn't really present anything to me that I really agreed upon, so I kind of dismissed it. But I talked to a buddy of mine. That's what got this whole thing started. And this is a buddy from first grade. We've been friends forever. Then he's a relative. He's like a boy cousin, but it didn't make any difference. We just always liked each other from way back. And but he adamantly supports this. And first, let me tell you what this is. This is the new thing that's out there, the new belief that Black Americans are the real chosen people. We are supposed to be in Israel. The present people are fake. They're not the true Israelites. It's us. We's the ones. But again, my buddy, he's totally engaged in this. He believes everything. He's trying to convince me, telling me about how he really feels and what's been going on. He's been listening to people. And I said, yeah, I heard about it, but I said, nah, dude, I'm not with you on this. I don't see this the way you see it. So I just decided to present this and give you my little presentation on why I think these people are wrong, why they won't ever get my support, and I think it's an issue because the way things are going now, I just now thought about something why this is happening, but I'm not going to share that with you right now. Maybe later on. But anyway, I don't know where this thing originated. I don't know how it started, but when you're creating a new doctrine or belief supporting a specific position, there must be an established, unwavering foundation of data supporting that position. You must indemnify everything you're saying. Your data must be supported. It must not be flawed. It must not be blemished or defective, but based upon a truth, not a conjecture, not an hypothesis, but factual information that has been examined, analyzed, and verified. Once you do all these things, then you can present it to the public as being genuine and legitimate. But in this case, I don't think that's been done. I don't think this has been really thought through thoroughly. Because if they have, whoever these people are who are presenting this new doctrine out there and expect people to accept it, they would have taken a second look. But then again, this is based upon beliefs. And primarily, this is based upon a Christian doctrine, a Christian belief. So if you don't really believe that, you can throw out anything, half truth or whatever, just whatever you think should be going on. And so, unfortunately, I think this is not based upon any true doctrine, or what is real, what is truth, what is the truth. So, and that's why I didn't accept it. So, I decided to present some things where they were in error and why they should go back and rethink this. First of all, in 1948, even before 1948, the British came out with this Balfour Doctrine, and it was focused on providing a homeland for the Israelis, Jewish people. They didn't call them Israelis back then because they hadn't had the land, but so they were for the Jewish people. And in 1948, it was adopted, And the Jews moved to Israel. They were scattered around the world, and all of them start coming back once they knew this new agreement, this new action item was out there, focused on them, giving them a homeland, providing them a homeland. But not just that, this is the biblical date. It's the prophetic date. This date has importance. Again, as I said, first you got to establish a truth in your life or your beliefs. It has to be based upon something. And for me and a lot of people, Christianity is the Bible. So if you believe in something else, then forget about everything I'm saying, because it won't be applicable to you. But to me, there's only one truth. This country was based upon that foundation of beliefs of the Bible. That's what they founded it on. And you have to found it on something. And that's why we've been so successful in this country. God has blessed us. He has blessed us. But like everything else, we moved away. We've taken up individual freedoms, individual beliefs, and not totally, because most of the people here do believe there's a God up there. And so you got to support that, because that's what their beliefs are. They believing those have rules and guidelines and truth, a truth, the only truth. As I said, I know everybody has not accepted that truth. There are lots of other religious beliefs. I don't place Christianity as a religion. That's another subject. We'll talk about that later in another video. But they don't. And everybody knows that. But at some point in time, there's going to come down to a decision that you have to make. And the world has to make. But it ain't here yet. But anyway, that Balfour Agreement turned into a doctrine establishing a homeland in 1948 for the Jews. And as I said, they came from all over back to their land. So if this doctrine of African Americans being the real Jews, that entire 1948 didn't mean anything of the Jews moving back to the homeland, because we are mostly in America still. There are a few people over there, black Americans over there, came back in, I'm not really sure, I think the 70s, maybe about the same time. I think after the Ethiopians came back and were, I think they said they were one of the lost tribes, but they were officially accepted by the Jewish people. But not enough African Americans, I think, just came. They're there now, but I think there are a few problems, as I've been reading a little bit about it. But these people who started this belief, this doctrine, is saying we are, and so we aren't there, so which means 1948 didn't mean anything. It was just a date. I think it was May 1948. But it was just a date in history. Have no meaning, no significance, except for these people came back to certain places, a certain place. Not Israel, according to these guys. It was Israel, but they were the wrong people. Because we are supposed to be there. And that changes everything. Because as I said, that date is very, very significant. The clock started ticking on that date. Because after that date, that there were so many things that were supposed to happen. And again, after that day, there were fewer things that happened before Jesus came back. So if you believe that, you can't accept this doctrine as we are the new Jews, because it won't fly. It doesn't stick. It doesn't add up. It's not in compliance with the Bible. Besides, I just can't think that God will allow another group of people to inhabit Israel, because he's the one that gave them the land way back 2,000 years ago or whenever, way before Abraham. He's the one that gave the land to them. So maybe after Abraham, I can't remember exactly. It's in the Bible. I'm not no Bible scholar, but I know he gave them the land. Which daytime, I don't really remember. The time of Moses, I know that's when it was, but Abraham was before Moses. So that part is correct. But again, this chosen people thing came from him. So if you don't believe that's what God said, don't say chosen people, because that's His words. Those are His words, not anybody else's, because it's His land. And He said, Israel, you're home. This is yours. So not us. He wasn't referring to us, Black Americans, but the people that look, the Arabs and the Israelis look very similar. And I know now one of the issues my buddy had was that, well, the people there now, they don't look like they're from the Middle East. I gotta agree with them, a whole lot don't. But they came from different places around the world. And again, this was way back over 2,000, 3,000 years ago, whenever Moses and all those guys were there. And I don't know exactly when. But they were all over the world. So people all over the world, you get married, have babies, and great ancestors, the people change because they marry different people. So I can see now where everybody's not going to look like they're from the Middle East. They're not going to look like the Arabs, because the Arabs and the Jews are brothers. But of course, they'll never admit that. But Abraham had two sons, Ishmael and Isaac. Islam came from Ishmael, and Christianity came from Isaac. They were half brothers, same father, different mother. That's why they hate each other. Makes sense to me. But they're all God's people. So the other line is the fact that the Jews presently living, and the Jews of always, they don't believe that Jesus has came back. Jesus came back 2,000 years ago, but they don't accept that. They're still waiting. That's why when He came 2,000 years ago, they said, hey, you from Bethlehem, we know who you are. You ain't God's son. And besides, when Jesus comes back, He's going to be the conqueror. He's going to be a warrior. He's going to keep us and destroy the Romans and everybody else, all our enemies. Jesus didn't come back doing that. So it said, no. You ain't one of us. We don't know who you are. We know you've done a whole lot of miracles, but and you say you are the king of the Jews? No. That's not correct. So what did they do? They went to the Romans and threw Jesus to the lions, had Him crucified. So they never accepted it. They're still waiting to this day for Jesus to return, because they only believe the Old Testament. They don't believe the New Testament. New Testament talks about Jesus. The Jews don't accept that. So, and that's critical, because there's things that's going to happen later that the people, it's going to have to be the Jewish people not accepting Jesus, because things are going to change for the Jewish people. But if we, as Black Americans, African Americans living in America, are Christians, not Jewish believers, we believe Jesus came back 2,000 years ago. So how's that going to work? We get over there saying we are the chosen people, but we believe in Jesus. Really? See, everything is tied up, guys. There's a link between everything in this world. That's what my book is about. The book is not published yet. I'm trying to edit. It takes a long time for editing. So that's why I'm presenting these different excerpts from my book. But this is not an excerpt. This is something totally different. Something that's has presented itself now, and I just thought maybe it needs to be explained. And because for me, I am not accepting this doctrine of us being the chosen people. So that's the second thing. We are Christians. We believe in Jesus. That ain't working. There are some Jews out there that do believe. I don't know how many, but there are some. But the majority, Israel is Jewish. It's a Jewish state. And Judaism is the Old Testament. Torah. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's the Torah. Okay, next thing. How is it supposed to happen? What's the plan of attack? Engagement, I should say. How are we going to get over there? What are the logistics? I know what the objective is, but how will it happen? Are we going to go into an armed conflict with the IDF? Israeli Defense Force? Powerful army. Very powerful army. They got all our arms from us. And then they go back and they make those arms better than what we gave them. The Palestinians are already there saying, Israel, that land is ours. And they haven't been able to overturn, to take the land back. The 6-Day War in the 60s, 67, I think, the Israelis had to fight almost all those countries that are surrounding them. The Egyptians, Jordan, Syria, all of them. They attacked. But the Israelis came out on top. They retained their land. They retained their land because God was there battling with them. As he's already said, once he's giving you something, you think he's going to let somebody take it back? The same thing about us. You think when God gives you something, he's going to allow somebody, he says, this is yours. Then maybe a year later, 5 years later, whatever, 20 years later, somebody comes and take it? No, when he gives it to you, it's forever. He didn't say, I'm going to lease this to you. No, it's yours. It's yours for the time you are here. So it's the same thing with that land. Nobody's going to take that land from Israel. I know the Palestinians, Hamas and Hezbollah, they don't even believe Israel has a right to exist. So the Israelis have to fight back. I know a whole lot of people don't support that, especially now it seems like everybody is supporting the Palestinians because a whole lot of people don't like Israel. But I understand why. I mean, as I said, I'm just going along with what God's word says. I don't have any disrespect, dislike for anybody. I lived in the Middle East. I met those people. They invited me to their homes. I met guys from Ethiopia, Eritrea, Chad. I understand a little bit because I got to live with them. Sudan, I went over there, except for the guy from Chad, I went over to their house for dinner. I talked with them all the time. Got to be friends. When I was in Jeddah, met plenty of powerful people in Jeddah. Because I'm writing contracts, they wanted my money, not my money, but they wanted the U.S. government money. But for whatever reason, I got invited out to parties every Thursday because the weekend started on Thursday. And they showed me a good time. But so they didn't like me and they were pretending. That's cool. I had a happy time. They helped me out with things. And I'm not really sure if I ever awarded them a contract. But they were nice. They were nice. I even had a Lebanese girlfriend. Great time. Went to parties all the time with people all over. And I'm pretty sure I met somebody from Hezbollah or from Hamas because they were all over Kuwait. And surely they were all over Saudi Arabia. But the Saudi government kept them under control to an extent because things had happened later. They were bombing some places on the Persian Gulf. I can't remember the name of the city, but I was in Jubail. It was south of Jubail. The major city, and I can't remember the name. Sure, but I don't. But anyway, those people, I know those people a little bit, and they're nice people. They have the same objective as we do, and everybody across the world. In every place I've been, it's the same thing. Everybody just wants to be happy. That's the main objective in their lives. They want to be just like Americans. It's no different. Same thing. Just want to be happy. They want to have land, they want to have food, they want to have a house and table and education for their kids, doing everything they can for their own people. I understand that. That's all I wanted. Same thing. And same thing most of the people in the U.S. They want it, the bottom line. They want to be happy. In the U.S., of course, we do it by houses and cars and material stuff and a whole bunch of stuff. But you want to be happy because what else is there? You can have whatever you want, but is that going to make you happy? I don't know. For some people it does. But regardless, that's the objective, is just to be happy. So anyway, one other little thing. When you are the chosen people, you've been designated that from God. I mean, God is the one who gave that designation. And there are blessings that go along with that designation. A lot of Israeli people, the Jews, Nobel Peace Prize winners. Out of 182, I think 106 have been Jewish. Major corporations in the U.S. started by Jewish people. Google, Facebook, Oracle, big companies. And there's more of them. Einstein, the smartest man ever, Jewish. And all I'm saying is that kind of corroborates when God said, you are the chosen people. And as I said, that means blessings. Not he loves them more, but when Jesus comes from that bloodline, you're special. Because he's more than special. So the people he chose, and he chose the Jews, don't know why, don't really care, but he chose them. And I know there's some things that are corroborating the difficulty we both ethnicities has had. I mean, we were slaves for over not 400 years, whatever it was, from the 1600s to the 1800s, 1865. But still, even after that, we know treatment got better gradually a little bit for all those years, though. Our ancestors, our grandparents and great-grandparents, terrible hard times, how they were treated and how we've been treated. Yes, sir, Mr. White Man, all this stuff. To just think about it. Because I remember way back when I was a little kid how white people thought, they still think a lot, not everybody, but some still. They are the superior race. Everybody else is below. I got a whole new video on that too. Gotta wait for it. But anyway, so I understand why, and the white people again, they made this Jesus, white Jesus, with the blonde hair and the blue eyes. But they kidding. They think everybody's stupid. People in the Middle East don't have blonde hair. Maybe blue eyes, maybe. I didn't check on the eyes. But they don't look Caucasian. They have their own look. Just like everybody else around the world have a different look. And they don't look like they're Caucasian. Some do. But when I was there, I saw people. I was in Jeddah. I saw people from all over Africa. I saw people I thought were somebody looked just like somebody I saw back home. Next door or down the street or people I said, that guy, and they were from all over North Africa because Jeddah was a financial place to make some money. And they were there. And for me, strange thing, very strange thing. I don't know why this happened. I haven't figured it out. Maybe because I saw people that looked like me. Maybe that's what it was. But still, that doesn't explain this for the God's sake. I thought I was home. I felt like I was home, I should say. I felt when I was in Jeddah, living in Jeddah, I thought I was home. I don't know. I've never felt that way before. I still don't know precisely why I felt that way in Jeddah. I mean, Jeddah's on the Red Sea, and I got to go. I was so happy. I mean, the Red Sea is what God parted for the Jews to come out of Egypt. And, of course, what did they do along the way when God gave them every miracle, produced manna from heaven, and they still complained the whole time. And you know what he called them? A stiff-necked people. Stiff-necked. I mean, I never heard him say that about anybody. But I kind of understand. Maybe he meant that their necks were so stiff they couldn't bow down to him and serve him like he wanted to. I don't know why he said that. That's the only thing I can think of in physical nature. But he called them stiff-necked people. And they were his people. At the time, they weren't, because Jesus wasn't born, but he knew what was coming down the line. That's why he did. I don't know why he did exactly, but it had to corroborate everything else that to make Jesus' interest. And that was all part of it. Because there's connection, guys. There's connection. Everything is connected. And that's what my book is about. But I got a lot of things to say about that. A lot of issues, how. And that's what the book is presenting, that connection, those links. But anyway, in this, us being the chosen people, it ain't part of that major link. It could be a little link in there, because I said, when George Floyd, that whole incident, I thought it would bring about some unity that we had lost a little bit. We lost a whole lot of unity back in the beginning in the 80s and stuff. Because before then, you go up, that's all you had to do, make a gesture like that. We were together. We were together because we knew everybody's misfortune, how we've been treated. It wasn't like one, it was all of us, because we were all black. And we know how we were treated in the U.S. But after then, you go to somebody, they had no clue to what you were talking about. But George Floyd incident brought white people supporting us for the first time, not for the first time, but they did. They were there. They were out marching in the streets, supporting us, because I think it was a realization that occurred. They said, you know what? Now I see things. We have really been mistreating black Americans in this country. Maybe there is a systematic racism. I understand it, but we were all saying all these years. And remember War album? The police will beat you. Hey. But it was true. It wasn't something they just made up. It was true. And it has continued, even before then, as we all know. But white people finally came to the realization that, you know what? We are privileged and they aren't, and we treat them like they're not. But togetherness for both groups. But for us, with this new doctrine of us being the new chosen people, the real chosen people, it's like a divisive issue that's going to separate even more, because some people are going to say, we're supposed to go to Israel. Other people saying, Israel, what are we going over there for? We the new Jews. Man, get the freak out. That's the division I'm thinking about. I don't know if anybody else talked about this, but I can see that, because you're talking about leaving the U.S., but as I said again, maybe, I think maybe I did say this. Maybe this is looking for an acknowledgement only that African Americans are the real Jews. We're not going over, we're not asking for some type of war with Israel, because Israel's not going to say, oh yeah, you guys are the new Jews? Oh, come on in. We're going to leave. You can have all this. You can have Tel Aviv. You can have all these places. You got the Palestinians down there. But some people believe, but Buddy believed, he thought, hey, maybe the Palestinians would be on our side. Hamas is controlling Palestine. Hezbollah is controlling the government of Lebanon. Hezbollah killed those Marines in the 80s, 82, 83. I don't think, they be burning American flags all the time. I don't think they're on our side. And besides, as I said, they are saying Israel is theirs. So they want the Jews kicked out too. I don't think they're going to say, oh, you black Americans over, come on in, we're going to share this. I don't think that's going to work either. So maybe looking for this group is alleging this story. Maybe they're just saying, we want acknowledgement from the world. It's us. We are the new Jews. We are the real Jews. Not them people that are there now. But as I said, I don't know what the agenda is. I don't know what the plan is. I don't know what the objective is of this besides, I mean, if you say something, then you gotta want something that where you're gonna back it up or you're gonna get something out of it. If you're just saying it to be saying it, why would you do that? But again, the people that started this, the origins of this beginning, I don't know. But anyway, hey, and another reason I think I want to mention it just because the Jews have been on our side. Who came down in the civil rights movement to Mississippi and all these places and died for us? It was them, the Jews. They came down, gave up their lives to support us. See, for me, that just speaks volumes. I'll never forget what they did. And not that I think every Jewish person feels like that, but the Jews came in and helped us when nobody else was helping us. So that's my position, guys. That's how I feel. If you feel differently, hey, put something in the comments box and let me know your feelings are. Let me know where I'm in error, where I went wrong, and how the legitimacy of this. Show me your position. Tell me what it is. Why I missed something. Why I'm not understanding what's going on. What is the basis of this belief, this new doctrine that we are the real Jews? Anyway, that's all I got for now. Hit that subscribe button and maybe give me a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't like it, hey, let me know that too. But hey, thanks guys for watching. Again, I got a lot more videos. This wasn't even a book. I didn't even think about this, but so I got a lot of other things I want to discuss. I think again, maybe just like this one, is some things that maybe I'm not saying you're going to agree with them, but I'll give you enough insight to make you think about this position that I've taken, and think about maybe your beliefs in certain things. Not away from Jesus, but that is the foundation of everything that's about me. So anyway, you guys take care out there and be careful.